All right. Whenever you want to start.
Okay. Count it down.
All right. I've been recording for 4.5 minutes.
Nice. Well, welcome. I have nothing else to say.
That's it. All right.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, go on.
Um,
All right, let's go.
That's it. Good session, guys.
Good
Welcome.
session. I'm ready to go.
right.
Later, guys.
Welcome to a podcast of D&D with friends, family members, and glorious fun times and laughter. And I am sorry for what you're about to hear or witness.
I am too.
If you're here, we're a gracious camaraderie of misfits just trying to have a good time and play Dungeons and Dragons. And now we're going to have and introduce everybody. We'll start with Mr. Blondie right next to me. How are you doing today?
One.
Good. We're doing solid. It's been a day.
So go ahead and introduce your character, their name, a little bit about them as much as you want to reveal, and
Because no one cares about actually who you are. It's just about your character.
Just a
right?
character. Yeah, it's a little more exciting. I am Farbaros, first name, and that is it. I did not come up with the last name. I'm a druid, Earth Genasi. I came from an unnamed village next to an unnamed city.
Whoa.
I know, shit gets intense.
How special.
Put your seatbelts on. Growing up, Farbaros was born of two human parents, but it quickly became evident that he was an Earth Genasi just by the look of his skin, kind of sandy brown skin. Looking for my physical traits. A different colored hair. I think purple hair. There it is.
Didn't you make the character? How do you?
I
not
did.
know?
I was looking for it on the sheet.
Okay.
Green hair. There we go. Purple eyes, sand brown skin, and just more an affinity for nature in general. You know, growing up, just kind of being an outsider, not really getting along with people, not so much being against people, but more so just finding himself lured towards making his own garden, towards the edge of the forest and whatnot, and growing up kind of being a loner, not intentionally, but that's just how things played out. Yeah, you know, some things happened, and growing up, a noble family tried to buy out the land. It didn't work. It didn't pan out so well. Their rotten children tried to attack Farbaros's garden, claiming it was nothing but weeds. He defended his garden, and by unfortunately assaulting those two children, and fellow children, by the way, fellow children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the worst came to worst, and that noble family found reason to burn the village down with all of its occupants, and Farbaros narrowly escaped with his life, running off to survive in the forest. And that is pretty much where the backstory ends. The rest of it is a mystery, as for nobody really knows the location and the status of Farbaros.
Interesting.
Sweet.
We will find out soon enough. All right, next up. Go ahead, Malik.
All right. Well, my character's name is Ursus. He'll be kind of the man that plays around with machines and contraptions of sorts. He had a normal childhood, but when he decided to strike it out on his own, that's when he lost his arm in a stamp mill. And so he went on a kind of like a self-discovery adventure, discovering who he truly was on a quest to get his arm back in a way. And Ursus is a man who doesn't like dealing with superfluous details of sorts. All he wants people to know is that he likes to play with his machines and help other people.
Wonderful. All right, Justin.
All right, my name's I'm Justin. My character's name.
His
I'm
name
alcoholic,
James.
by the way.
Dang, I was going there. I've been sober for 3 months.
Don't you mean 3 hours?
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Ah, shit.
If you down that beer in like an hour and a half, I'm gonna be concerned for you.
We're getting there.
Do it.
So
Anyway, go ahead and continue.
my character is Nefsir Namen. I started out as a regular human being until a tragic fate bestowed my village. Severe famine ended up taking over my village, and the village chief or leader decided to go towards a wizard, who they thought it was at the time, to be able to fix the famine. So my family being stepping up they needed one child. I was 7 years old at the time, to give to him. But it turned out this wizard wasn't a wizard. It was a warlock working for a demon lord known as Dagon. And through that, I was possessed by this demon lord to be able to bring him into this world. But through sheer willpower, I was able to fight it back. But because of that, the village was sacrificed to Dagon to put him inside of, well, to be corrupted by me, into me. And because of it, village was wiped out. My family was killed. I decided to go down the mercenary path as a sword for hire. I was going to say gun for hire. Sword for hire. I decided to go down the path of a blood hunter, which was I decided to make a pact between Dagon to be able to control myself, to be able to use his power to become a blood hunter. I used the power of Dagon to become a blood hunter. And because of that, I am tormented by dreams, nightmares, and visions throughout most of my life.
That's so metal.
It's tragic. All right. And next is our wonderful and lovely, the bearded wonder, Ryan, our sound engineer.
Hello.
Who's made this all possible with his sound equipment. So
I am literally sound. Bow down to me.
Soundwave.
he is one who breathes and lives sound.
I breathe and exist, believe it or not.
All right, go ahead, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan Senpai. All right, so my character's name is Avilius Amadori. Very, very fancy, I know, right? But I'm gonna tell you guys literally nothing about my character other than the fact that he's a rogue, and he stabs stuff. Yes, thank you, Justin. No, my character showed up 5 years ago at the city Voxana. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm so proud of you.
All right.
Dang.
Damn, good
He just kind of showed up outside of that city one day, and he's just been living his rogue life in the underground, trying to do as much as humanly possible to survive on the streets. What else do I say?
Like I said, you can reveal as much as you want. Our little
You just said
brief,
you were gonna say nothing.
a
and you
brief
kept
summary.
talking.
A brief summary right now is better because we will find out more about
yeah,
your character
I'm
along
gonna.
the way.
That's all I'm gonna say, other than the fact that he's on a quest to find the greatest tasting drink in the world.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the Holy Grail.
Excellent. All right.
He's gonna find the tastiest drink and drink from the Holy Grail.
And we shall see. And we shall see. All
I'm-
right.
I'm-
Finally, some competition.
I'm like 1/32nd dwarf.
and now
my mother's
presenting
side.
our actual dwarf of the campaign.
Yes, that is the guy with me. Who's so same as last time, just Oscar.
Say that again.
Oscar.
Okay.
Do you need one more time? We good?
Third time, please.
All right, Oscar.
All the R's.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I am from the dwarven city of
The Dwarven city of
because I totally freaking forgot while I was writing this. It was so long ago.
Do you want me to pronounce the name of the dwarven city?
The Rasvir.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Got to roll the R's as all of them.
Yeah.
So of Rasvir, which is one of 3 underground cities, all connected by highways: a northern city, the central capital, which is Rasvir, and a southern city. All of them kind of just under the same Rasvir. It's just referred to as the northern, capital.
In other
southern.
words, the dwarven kingdom.
The dwarven kingdom under the hills. Where else would freaking dwarves be?
Basically, dwarves are just like fine men.
Exactly, yeah. Keep your secrets. Fine, keep your secrets. So, Oscar was born there. He was part of a family of brewers who supplied different taverns throughout the cities through trade. Basically, that's where he learned his craft originally of brewing. Shit went down in the city. Things happened.
It really did.
Yeah, things happened, and we'll say I don't know, probably over a third of the population of all 3 cities wound up dying, except for the northern city, where well over half of them died.
Damn.
Afterwards, due to the collapse of basically everything and trade and whatnot throughout the cities, no one could get back to their lives as previously were before, so trade diminished. They kind of suffered, nor did pretty much anything go back to normal throughout them trying. So he tried going back to being a brewmaster. It didn't work out for him, so he wound up being part of a new dwarven military branch called the Dwarven Tunnel Guard to protect tunnels from different types of burrowing creatures that may break through those tunnels. But long story short, he no longer lives underground. Delicious.
Nice.
Already getting into character.
I made sure to keep that away from the mic, but maybe next
that was
time
pretty
I
nice
will
burp.
not. Let's see. He's 157 years old, which is still relatively young-ish for a dwarf. Not quite middle-aged, probably, I guess, 30s or 40s, maybe? By human standards, in dog years.
Sweet.
So nothing really much to know about him besides he is relatively quiet-ish until he is drunk. He's been kicked out of pretty much every bar he's ever been to because he just gets drunk and disorderly.
So in other words, you're a snarkaholic.
Yeah. And there's a reason he no longer lives underground, and nor is he possibly ever able to go back. I don't know why I'm staring at Justin throughout this. But, so he is basically living... yes.
Beautiful,
See you later
man.
tonight.
The long, glorious locks over there.
We're
Oh,
gonna
man.
Ask questions as to why Justin's face is very attractive.
So in order to make any
I
form of
leave
money
yet?
on the surface,
No.
He picked up home brewing, and he picked up herbalism more as just a hobby. But regardless, he has the kits with him and brews and makes herbs as he goes along, and actually tries to help towns wherever he can that are suffering from illnesses or whatever he thinks he can do. So he's just kind of wandering around, getting kicked out of bars, and just trying not to be a piece of shit, but kind of succeeds at it. So
He's working at the
The
apartment.
alcohol
Yeah.
tells you otherwise.
it's just Dad's touching the angry juice again. So
So you said how old he was in dog years. How old is he in cat years?
I'd say it's impossible. They're immortal. Cats? Yeah, they're immortal. You think they die?
All right.
You think they die? They don't die. They just transcend.
They don't die. The
And-
vet. They don't die. The vet just gives you a bill anyways.
Yeah.
Once
Jeez.
Damn.
you'll need many lives to survive what you are about to witness.
Sweet.
Once again, I am Paul. I am the dungeon master of this campaign.
Daddy.
This glorious, wonderful campaign we are about to embark on. So if no one else, nothing to add about the characters, we will
I
begin.
forgot to mention that
Ooh.
Oh, party
I
foul.
forgot my race. I ended up becoming a tiefling because of the situation I'm in.
Oh,
Sweet.
Oh
Interesting.
no, guys.
Also
The
ma-
tiefling's looking pretty sus.
pretty sus.
Don't
Also
expect
messed up my
anything
backstory.
otherwise.
I also messed up my backstory. Farbros had friends apparently.
No, you don't.
I found it on D&D Beyond.
Not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. Please sponsor us. No, I messed it up big time
Please
though. I
give us
found it
money.
Please
finally.
don't flag our videos.
Yeah.
Other than that, we shall begin the story. This is episode 1 of the story and wondrous adventure of nerdy friends playing Dungeons and
I'm
Dragons.
so scared.
I shall begin the story from here.
Oh, but it's also I don't know if you mentioned, it is like your custom, personally written,
Yes.
directed story.
It is. This is
yeah.
a homebrew campaign. Uses a lot of 5e mechanics, most of 5e mechanics. There's some homebrew deities, some homebrew equipment, and homebrew scenarios that you will find. But we are playing 5th edition. We're not playing Pathfinder because I don't know why. We just chose 5th edition because that's what I wrote it in.
Yeah.
But who knows? We may try Pathfinder someday.
Don't tease me like that.
All right.
I'll give you a Pathfinder.
I'll find your path.
Without further ado, I shall begin.
Secret tunnel
This podcast is
through
a
the
wreck.
mountains.
This is going to turn out wonderful.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. I would not have this any other way. So we begin our story in the land called Ciel. It's a mysterious land, full of mystery. Life as people know it is not how it once always was. A rich history to be discovered. Progressing forward effortlessly, the landmass is separated from the world that it's been upon for hundreds of years prior to a cataclysmic event that tore it from the land. We begin our story in the woods of Tamil. That reference is glorious, by the way.
Fuck you.
And Ryan loves me
What
for
just
that.
happened?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, that was too good. We begin in a grove of one Avilius Amadori
Oh shit, it's me.
meditating in the center of a grove. This grove is quite interesting. It's surrounded by trees naturally grown there. Man has not touched this part and section of the woods for as long as the land has been there. Although it seems this grove has been shaped and formed around this center stump that looks like the oldest tree among the others that you see around it. The trees are laid out very tightly knit together, so nothing from the outside can see in, nothing from the inside can see out. So you can't see what is coming towards you. A great place to center yourself. We see Avilius Amadori in the center stump, cross-legged, hands on his thighs, eyes closed. But with this next part, I will ask Jacob,
Fuck.
Justin, Malik, and
Oh,
Gerald.
shit.
I would need you to leave the table momentarily, please.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
Yep. Let's go.
All right.
That was fast. Peace out, bros.
That was very fast.
I need to meditate here. Get out of here.
Yeah, he needs to meditate. We have to give him a space.
All right.
Now that everybody's gone.
Avilius.
Hi.
Darkness takes your vision.
Ooh.
Your eyes are closed currently. You notice your surroundings well. With your eyes closed, with one sense lost, you gain another in your hearing. You hear everything in detail, whether if it's the smallest movement of the trees or the wind blowing in distance, very subtle breeze. In your vision, you're thinking back of memories of what you've experienced up to this point in the past 5 years. Suddenly, a warm feeling overtakes you, almost familiar, but yet distant at the same time. A voice speaks to you, one that you do not know, but again, that warm feeling of what you're experiencing. It's feminine in nature, almost subtle. Chosen. Chosen gets louder. Chosen. Thank you. The voice fades. Instantly, you feel a pain in your right forearm. You're jolted, eyes open, aware of your surrounding. Searing pain in your arm, you look down, notice a faint green glow, pulsating like a heartbeat. Subtle. It goes faster, and then slows down, and completely fades away. A faint whisper fills your ears again. I'll be watching. You grasp the pocket watch. You've been holding it this whole time, trying to find the memory of what you've lost. But you get a sense of hope from this voice. But the ominous, searing pain that was once filled your forearm haunts you momentarily. The voice fades away, and you're now staring in the grove of the trees, the wind once again. Do you do anything?
So is it like one big tree, like in the like
It's one,
the center
so
or something?
it's one giant stump in the middle. So think of just one giant stump. It's been chopped down,
Okay.
but there are several rings in this tree stump if you look very close. And that indicates its age. It's a darker wood in nature, which is kind of odd given that the surrounding trees that are tightening around this grove are all birch trees. Many birch trees of this forest. It's very
Okay.
odd and out of place, but it's very comforting to you knowing you can come back to this place because it is where you once appeared years ago, trying again to reclaim that forgotten memory.
Okay.
Do you do anything?
I wouldn't know what I would be doing other than just sitting there. Maybe I just open my eyes and just kind of sit there, maybe stunned a little bit,
Pondering.
just like thinking,
Yeah.
you know,
All right.
wondering.
And with that, suddenly, about 80 or so feet out, you're marching.
Like a lot of people or one person?
Make a perception check.
Sweet. First roll. Let's do this.
First roll. What is it?
I roll a 13. And I get a +7, so it's 20.
Holy shit! All right.
What do I see?
So it's a familiar sound to you. You're familiar with the sounds of the area. You've been to the local town that's close by, the local village, and then you've been to Arvoxana. So this sounds very familiar to you. It's soldiers marching.
Okay.
Based on that very high perception roll, you can guess from the amount, it's quite a few of them, but it's really hard to indicate because you can't see them yet.
Okay. Does it? I'm like. Is it like sound like, Lord of the Rings army, or does it sound like a
No,
squad of 5
it sounds more like a small company.
Okay.
Maybe I would say it to what it sounds like. It sounds maybe about, I would say, 10 to 15 people.
Okay.
But you wouldn't really know unless you went to go for a closer look.
Are they marching toward me or away from me? Or?
So the way the grove is set up, about 80 feet out, there's a road. And you hear them marching along this road.
Okay.
And strangely, the voice, that warm feeling comes back, indicating for you to move forward and investigate. And you do so.
All right. Yeah, I guess I do so.
Yeah.
Very stealthily.
Okay.
Very sneakily.
All right. We will call her back in.
All right. Let's get everyone back in here.
Now, Avilius, I would need you to perform a stealth check, please.
A stealth check.
Mhm.
No problem, dude.
First one. Again, you...
That's a 13 plus 8, so it's 21.
Excellent. All right. You proceed forward through the tightly knit trees, through the same section of trees you normally enter and exit this grove when you come back and forth. Now, you rolled very high, naturally, as a rogue
Damn
for
right I did.
stealth.
Damn straight.
You proceed through the tightly knit trees, and it's laden with brush that fills the road. And because you rolled such a high stealth check, nothing notices you that, as far as you're aware.
I fucking hope not.
But now that you're out in the thicket, you can see the road now. You traveled about, I would say, 60 feet. So you're about 20 feet from the road, but you're hidden so well in the shrubbery that's surrounding it. As far as you're aware, nothing notices your attention.
I put on my ghillie suit.
Did he demand the shrubbery is what I need to know.
I become the shrubbery.
You are the ghillie suit.
Yeah.
Now that you're out and you can see the road, though, so now your sound is confirmed. It's actually a little bit less amount of the guard that you initially thought. So it's actually more of a small team, small for the military that goes throughout RCL. It's about 6. You count 6.
6 people.
About 6 people, yes. What you notice, though, is you have about 4 average guards, so the standard guard that you'll see normally in a city. You see an elvish woman with short blonde hair, holding a wooden staff, and walking next to a very tall, helmeted figure. You can't tell the race. They're around, let's say they're about 6'2" or 6'3", and they're marching. The 4 guards, so they're 2-man teams of the 4 normal guards that you see. They're carrying 2 very, very large, body-sized bags. So it looks like think like a burlap sack,
Okay.
and they're wriggling. So whatever is in there
Damn.
Oh,
is moving violently, trying to escape.
I was gonna say the Ark of the Covenant, but never mind, it's alive.
All right.
And go ahead and make another perception check for me.
Fucking sweet. 12.
Yeah, after your modifier.
12.
Okay.
I was close.
And then go ahead and make another stealth check for me, please.
Oh, okay. That's 15.
Okay. With that perception, one thing catches your eye, again, other than just the wriggling burlap that these 2 to 4 guards are carrying. You have no idea what that is.
Cool.
Or what it could be.
Looks like a sack.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't notice that.
What a burlap sack that is.
You notice
That is
something
a shape.
odd about the elvish woman, the short elvish woman.
She has huge
Suddenly-
tracts of land.
Huge dong honker.
Oh my god.
You notice something odd. She was trailing behind the group about 15 feet, but suddenly she rushes over to the taller figure in full helmeted gear and armor, grasps their arm in a tugging motion. They stop. Everyone stops immediately. She whispers to this tall figure. You kind of get the grasp that this is the captain, leader of the group.
Okay.
And she just nods, looks up. Right here. It's a female voice. That was a horrible female voice, by the way.
That was perfect.
Very gruff.
That was so good.
Right here.
And without warning, the 2 sets of guards who are holding these wriggling sacks immediately drop them on the ground, right in front.
Those poor
Hard.
Those poor sacks.
Thud. You hear an audible from both, grunting. No, you have indication that these are people inside. Again,
Okay.
still have no idea.
It wasn't just wriggling potatoes.
Wow.
Damn. I was hoping they were potatoes. I could probably eat
Now-
something finally.
The guards were also carrying bags, and the leader of this group says, "Leave the equipment here. We shall leave." They drop these bags of equipment next to the bodies, and they turn, then walk back the direction from when they were coming from initially.
And we're in the middle of a forest.
Mhm.
Okay.
So they're walking back on the road I was describing to you earlier.
Okay.
However,
Okay.
the short elvish woman stops again, whispers to this 6'2", 6'3" leader, nods again. The elvish woman walks away, and now it's just this tall figure, full armor, gear, helmet, just standing there looking forward, watching her compatriots walk away. She turns towards you, looks straight in your direction,
I didn't roll high enough.
shakes her head,
You don't know that yet.
turns, and follows. You get the sense she knew you were there, but she didn't do anything about it.
I should have put more leaves on my ghillie suit.
Right? Now
Okay.
you're in the middle of the road and you have
Yeah.
like these 2 wriggling sacks in front of you. What do you want to do?
So yeah, I walk out from the bushes.
Okay.
Okay. Are the sacks still wriggling?
Yes. You get the sense that whatever's in there is struggling trying to
Okay.
get out.
Are they? Is the sack like tied up or is it just like loose?
So think of like a very large burlap sack. So one
Okay,
is
so like a-
almost
like a
so one is almost the size of a human, almost.
So like a 50-pound potato sack.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was only carried by 2 people plus these equipment. So
Those are some strong
these
dudes.
grunts were going through like the work carrying these, and especially the other 2 are carrying the smaller sack. So it looks shorter, but very, very round, bold, and again still struggling. You hear muffled voices coming from it. So you get the sense that their mouths are gagged, whatever's in there.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'll what's in the bags? Not the sacks, but the equipment bags.
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
He's like, I rolled to stab both the bags repeatedly.
Actually, go ahead and make a dexterity check with the
Oh, no, they're
investigation
full of
check.
puppies.
Dexterity check.
Make both.
Okay. Well, I got 5 on my investigation check.
Like, that's a shape.
My, just a good old dexterity check, not like acrobatics or anything.
Yeah, just a dexterity check.
Ow.
21.
Okay, so you're looking inside the bags that are not wriggling, correct?
Yeah, the equipment bags.
Okay, so you walk up and you start fiddling with the bags. You notice that there's a few knots tied in them to try and keep the equipment in, and you go through both of them. It takes you actually about 25 minutes to
Untie a bag?
to go through everything because you rolled so you get it open with ease, but you're going through everything, and you rolled so low with your investigation check that it takes you the better part of 25 minutes. By the way, these bags are still wriggling. You hear these muffled voices. And,
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like my intelligence is so low, I couldn't figure out how to dump the bag on the ground.
and this just looks like normal. Both bags look like normal adventurers' equipment.
Okay, so just like armor and weapons and whatnot and tools.
Exactly.
What kind of tools are there?
With the investigation check, you can't really tell.
Okay, so it might as well just be like rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, that's interesting. I guess I got nothing from that. I'll open one of the sacks.
Which one?
Is there one that's bigger than the other?
Well, yeah. So as I said, one is like shorter, so it looks like a shorter figure but more round, whereas the one is looks like human size.
I'll take the human size, please.
Okay. And are you just gonna like take your?
I'll
Are
take
you gonna take your short sword and just cut it open?
I'll take my dagger and like cut off like the top where it's tied off.
Okay.
You know. All right, I do
All right,
that.
make a dexterity check.
Another dexterity
Yes.
check.
Oh my God.
What happened with the first dexterity check?
I just wanted to see if you could open the bag.
Oh, what?
Your intelligence is super low.
Why? How is your perception amazing and your intelligence nothing?
8.
8?
8.
And you said you opened the larger one?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh.
Roll an attack.
Roll an attack.
Roll an attack.
Oh no.
with my short sword.
Yeah.
12.
Malik, what's your armor class?
Fucking do it.
16.
Oh,
Okay.
Somehow, miraculously, you cut open the burlap, and you were literally centimeters away from cutting Ursus' throat
Ooh.
from opening the bag. But now you rip open the bag, and you see the gagged mouth of Ursus inside the first wriggling bag. What would you like to do?
I feel like this is how every hentai starts.
and Ursus just looks at you just with like eyes of shock and just so totally confused of the situation, not knowing what's going on.
Okay. So he's a human. So,
Yes, he's a human
All right.
male.
Chill, dude. I'm gonna open the other one first. All right. I cut up the open one.
Okay. Make a dexterity check, please.
16.
Oh, that's a lot better. Okay,
All right.
so with ease, you take your short sword and you cut it in the same way that you did with this one, except you're a little more careful now because you realize like how close you came to Ursus's throat.
Okay.
Inside the other bag, you see a gagged mouth of a very pissed off dwarf. And you hear Oscar just screaming in rage. He sees you and he just gets even more pissed. He's just flaunting around, and you get the sense that he wants you to let him out.
All right. I'm gonna free Ursus real quick
Okay.
because he seems to be a little bit more
Okay,
reasonable.
I'll keep your dexterity check because you rolled pretty good. So it takes you 5 minutes, but you undo the knot that was holding.
That's a crazy knot.
That's a crazy nut.
Yeah. They wanted to make sure they couldn't
Wow,
get
that
away.
gag was
They
pretty
were
funny.
quite literally leaving them to the wolves
Sweet.
to hope they die.
What kind of wolves?
I don't know.
Damn.
Anyway, so now Ursus, you feel the gag finally removed from your mouth, and the burlap ripped away. Your hands and feet are still restrained at this moment, but you're now able to speak. Would you like to say anything?
Hey, dude. How you doing? You seem to be having a pretty rough day.
It would have been a lot more rough if you would have cut my throat there.
Yeah, that's true. Well, sorry. I didn't know what was in the sack, but
It was moving.
I didn't know what was in the sack. I rolled very low. You want me to?
For a thief, you sure are stupid.
I'm not. I'm not a thief. All right. All right. I'm fucking freeing the other guy. Fuck you, man.
At this point, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check, Malik,
All right.
or Ursus, excuse me.
4.
4. So as Avilius is walking away, you're trying to undo your bindings, but they're very good knots. So you're having some trouble getting
These
these
aren't
off.
your average sheepman
Yeah.
knots.
So now, as you're walking away, Avilius, you can hear the grunting of Ursus just trying to like get himself free.
That's nice.
So now you go and remove.
I remove Oscar's mouthpiece.
Okay, so you remove the gag away from Oscar's mouth, and the first thing you hear is,
I'ma kill him!
Okay, who are you killing?
All of them.
Who? More words, please.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna kill them all, and no one's gonna stop me. Put me in a damn sack, will ya? I'll show them.
All right, I like you. I'm gonna free him.
okay, so you undo his bindings.
Yeah, I undo his bindings.
Okay.
Freedom!
All right, so
He's cool.
again, 5 minutes because you rolled like the decent dexterity. You eventually undo the knots that were holding Oscar together. So now your hands and your feet are now free. You stand up. What would you like to do?
I straight up don't even know this guy. I just like the way he sounds.
Excellent. Naturally.
What do I do?
What would you like to do? I mean, so your equipment's still on the ground.
Okay,
you see a
My first
human.
thing was gonna be look for my shit.
Oh, those
So,
might be
actually,
these bags over here. Yeah, you want to take a look at those? I couldn't really find anything.
And Oscar, roll a perception check for me.
It's a heavy dice.
That's a heavy die. Let's see. My perception, 16 plus 4, 20.
Nice. Okay.
Sweet.
So you kind of get a view of your surroundings. So again, you notice this road that you guys are on that you've just been thrown upon just randomly. You see, of course, Avilius. You see, a lot of his features now. Your eyes now adjusted to the light of the outside. You get the sense it's about midday or so mid-afternoon, about like maybe 1 or 2 o'clock.
Past drinking hours already.
And you now see, with that high of perception, you look over to Ursus, who's struggling, and it's actually interesting. So you two were arrested at the exact same time and brought here together. So you
Wait, were we in like the same place?
you were in
time?
you were in the same cell, and they both took you
Oh.
here.
So,
They
like,
both
well,
gagged, tied you up, put you in a sack, and moved you to the same position.
Okay.
And so in the prison cell, your memory starts coming back to you a bit now, free of your bindings. You bonded a little bit with Ursus in the prison. Again, with how you are just natured, you're not fond of anybody. It's more of just like, I tolerate you. And now
Tolerate everyone.
and now you see him struggling with his bindings because he rolled so poorly with that sleight of hand check. So what would you like to do now that your hands and feet are free?
You're still bound.
So this is a weird situation
scared.
I'm in. What's your name?
Oscar.
Oscar. How do you do that? Oscar.
You got to roll your R's, lad.
Oh, I don't know how to do that, so I'm gonna call you O.
I'll
Can I call you
accept that. I'll accept that.
Okay. All right, O.
All right. Well, I know this one. I don't know their name, but I feel we should let them out.
Okay, he was low key being kind of annoying, so that's why I kind of left him bound.
We were in prison together.
Okay,
Don't get any ideas from that.
I'll try not to. All right, yeah, let's go free this dude.
Okay. Who's freeing him?
You seem to be a lot better at doing anything than I am, so go ahead and you do it.
I guess I'll roll for freedom. I guess.
Okay.
Freedom, okay.
Make a. All right. So you're walking up to. You're walking up to Ursus, and you're gonna go free his bindings.
What did I do to deserve this?
Do I really know anything about it? Or
You
was it like, hi.
you were in prison together. I would say probably for the better part of a month and a half, and you shared
Oh,
the
fuck.
same cell. So you got to know each other. Not very personable because you're.
We're in prison. So
Because how you are, you were
I'm
very
very quiet.
you withheld a lot of information, but you have an understanding and you tolerate him.
But I don't know like what they're in for. I don't know. Do I? I mean,
That's up to you.
I take it. I probably know their name, and that's about
Well,
it.
so you're pretty proficient with history, so you can kind of get the sense of what his backstory is. You're pretty good at reading people, but as far as Ursus, I mean, how much would you have told him with being in the same cell with this dwarf for a month and a half?
He would more than likely know about why I have the arm that I have.
Okay. All right. And so who's going up to free him?
Oh, I said I was going to.
Okay.
Yeah, I volunteered
So
him.
you walk up to go and free him, and make a dexterity check.
While he's doing this, can I look in the bag again?
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Ooh, the bag.
What does an 11 get me?
You go through the bags, and I mean, it looks like normal adventurer's equipment.
Do I
Sorry,
find
what check was I making?
Do I find any money?
Just a moment. Yeah, you're making a dexterity check.
Ooh. 12.
Okay, I mean, so you proceed forward and you start fiddling with his bindings, both his hand and his feet. Takes you about 10 minutes, I would say.
Holy shit!
And again, these
Am I still drunk?
I mean, you have like, well, no, and that's your problem.
Oh, good point.
And so you're struggling a little bit. Again, like the knot work on these bindings is amazing. But
That's some cool.
the better part of 10 minutes or so, and now Ursus's bindings are free. So now all of you are free.
Sitting here for like an hour now.
You're in. You're circled together. Let's say for the sake of time at this point, you've recovered your equipment. So now you have all of your equipment that they just left with you.
Everything.
I opened the bag for you. Don't worry.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
And now you have, of course, all
It's
your
not so
equipment.
hard. You did a little faster than I did.
Now I do want to say at this point, both both Oscar and Ursus are now still in their prisoners' outfits. They have all their equipment. What would you guys like to do?
Get naked.
I don't think I will.
Now, Ursus, you have a faint memory of a promise you made to an individual, and a day is approaching of what you were supposed to do with this individual.
Ooh.
What would you like to do with that information?
Ursus would like to try and probe at that memory to see if he can glean
Okay.
anything further.
You remember a promise you made to an individual. The identity you keep secret. You remember exactly who it is. You remember where they told you to meet. It's your own homestead that you have in the following town. But it's in a day's time when you probe that memory that you're about to meet them. And that's all you remember at this point. You're still a little dazed from being bounded and carried all those miles.
While he's thinking, I'd like to think that Oscar and I are just talking, like very quietly, just like
What are you talking about?
it's just small talk. Like, hey, how you doing?
He thinks he's supposed to meet someone. You think it's supposed to be down at the dock. We'll stare over at the sunset one last time.
I will throw at you
No
if you
one
met a
will
game.
be pointing
Oh,
the
thank you.
fishes.
I will throw something at you if you met a game. Again, you have no idea
Sorry.
he's thinking about this.
I know. So
like-
wait, hold
so-
on. So what am I talking to him about?
Yeah, I mean, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, so you're what? Just like a...
These are nice bags.
I know, right? They were carrying you guys. That's crazy. I would hold on to those if I were you. So you're what? A dwarf? Is that what you are? That's so interesting.
And what
Make
of
a perception
you?
check. See if you hear
I'm
what
just a
they're saying.
human. I'm just a dude.
The hell's a dude?
It's more like muffled whispering because they see you. You're about, let's say you're about 15 feet away from them, and it's more like muffled whispering. So you have a really hard time hearing what they're actually talking
He's like
about.
anime closing,
coming to my
staring off at the
senses.
sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can go up and ask
So yeah, how's that weather, huh?
I mean, just
if you want
trying
to.
to. Nah, Ursus is just trying to glean more that he can, but
Okay.
he just simply can't. And so he turns
All
around.
right.
What are you guys talking about?
Oh, so you showed up. Welcome. Welcome to the conversation, my dude.
I already don't like you.
Why do you think I untied him first?
You do know that me and him were in prison, correct?
Well, I figured that out finally from talking to him.
Aye.
So what's your name?
Ursus.
Ursus. Urs.
Be
And what
patient
is
with
your
him.
name,
His
son?
intelligence is
Sorry.
low.
Can I call you you? Just because is your first name like start with a U?
That doesn't matter.
I'm gonna call you you.
And what should I call you?
I don't know. What do you think, Barry? Should I tell him? All right, Barry. Barry tells me that I should tell you. All right.
Barry?
My name is Avilius. Hi there. Nice to meet you. Shut up, Barry. Nobody likes you.
You just see him just randomly talking to himself as he's mentioning Barry. You have no idea who this is.
Yeah, I'm like whispering over my shoulder. It's like Barry, what Barry? What do you want from me? It's like, no, go wait, hang on.
Oscar, who is this man?
I don't fucking know.
So as of this point, you've gathered all your equipment. Ursus, you've gathered your things from that was kind of tossed haphazardly as when Avilius was trying to search through them. Oscar, you've also gathered your items. You both changed into your normal clothing versus the clothing that you were provided during your prison stay.
So wait,
now
did I just get naked in the middle of the road and just throw my shit on?
you guys have like no
No morals?
no
no
moral
standards?
I mean, you were in prison together, so you've seen plenty of naked
Oh.
people. So it's no different than changing just in
Oh.
your prison cell. So you like full on nudity in front of this new person of
I
Villiers.
really hope nothing
Oh,
happened in this
they're
prison cell together.
They're completely
Oh, me
naked.
neither.
Is that what you're saying? They're completely naked
Has
right
soap
now.
been invented
They were
yet?
at a point, but now they're clothed. They're in their normal
Oh,
clothing.
okay. I was gonna say that might be uncomfortable in a burlap sack.
Now, as of this point, you
Yeah.
three now have gathered together. You're still in the middle of the road. I mean, about a better part of an hour and a half or so passed. What would you guys like to do? As of this point, Avilius, your knowledge of the area, since you're very familiar with this place, you know there's a town, a very small town, about, I want to say about 10 miles up the road. You get the sense, and that was in the same direction those guards were going.
Okay.
After they had dropped both Ursus and Oscar on the road and left him there. And I mean, you could always go back to the Grove. It's up to you guys. What would you like to do?
All right, boys. Well, you should probably figure out where you guys want to go, because you were kind of just dropped off here.
I don't know where the fuck I am.
All right, so you see this road here? Yeah, that way. There's like a place. There's like another place that way. That way's probably a little bit closer. I just point towards the
That
town.
doesn't help me, lad.
That's all I got, man.
Do you know where the hell we are?
I was about to ask A the same question.
Well, y'all are being carried by guards, like going down the road.
Hold on, I think God is
You know,
whispering
you were
to
like,
him.
yeah, sorry, Barry was talking to me. He reminded me where I am. So this town I'm pointing towards, like 10 miles down, Tamil Town. Is that familiar to you guys?
Tamiltown?
Now,
Tamiltown.
Ursus, you've been all over RCL, given the exception of the major city in the center of the floating landmass, center of the region. So you've been to this town about once or twice, but it was mainly just for small time or just passing through. So you don't really know much about it, but you know of it. You know of its existence. Versus you, Oscar, you have no idea where the fuck you are.
I'm going to say I've probably literally been everywhere in the land, but I've been drunk everywhere, so I have no fucking clue what anything is.
Okay.
I'm just like, oh, there's a building. I hope they got beer.
So would I
Interesting.
be able to glean like what part of the continent we're on based on that information?
So,
Yes.
so basically, I have no fucking clue where we are still. Like, it doesn't matter.
You have you specifically have a knowledge of the area, so you know the layout of the land, the two outer rings of RCL, and then the location of Ars Centralis. That's and again, you know regionally where they are, but you don't really know much about these towns because you kind of like hopped here and there.
And basically, I just like wander around, kind of like going to whatever fucking town or literally wherever the hell I'm wandering to, but I don't bother to even learn the name because I just don't fucking care. I'm just wandering for the sake of wandering.
As far as I know, yeah. I mean, if that's what your character wants.
That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just wandering. I don't have a fucking place. Why the hell would I bother to learn of a place if I don't want to even fucking? I don't fucking belong there.
Can I ask them, like, what's the last thing you guys remember? Like,
I was in prison.
and that's it? You were just
Soap was
literally
just
got
invented.
so you went from prison.
I fucking dropped it immediately.
You went from prison in a cell to burlap
You
sack.
shut your ass up.
Now, given the situation, Ursus and Oscar, you now that you've had a moment to gather yourselves,
Can I add the burlap sack to my inventory?
Sure.
Sweet.
Pretty.
So go ahead. Well, okay. So are you only just wanting one of them?
I just want one.
Okay. So you move forward. You pick up the torn burlap, and now you have a piece of torn burlap in your inventory for some reason.
I wanted the bigger one.
That's fine.
Sweet.
So you have a large torn piece of burlap in your inventory.
I
Awesome.
want the big sack.
Yeah, you do.
Are you going to make a ghillie suit with that?
You don't know I did that. Shut up.
Okay.
You were in a bag.
You're a bag.
I
So
fuck
now
with
that-
machines for
now
a
that-
living, son.
Now that all three of you have an idea, what
Do
are
I?
what do you guys want to do?
Well, considering the fact that I still have no idea what the fuck I am, or like the name of any town.
All right,
or,
boys.
Like, who the hell? I mean, I don't know who the fuck he is. I know who he is.
All right, boys.
Kind of.
I'm literally the only person around here right now. So, do you guys want to go back the way you were coming from, or do you want to go down this road and probably go somewhere?
I don't care where we go. I'm just wanting to find the fuckers who did this to me.
All right, so let's go back to where you guys were walking
I need to
from.
intervene, and I say I need to.
What do you got?
I have some place to be.
All right, is it that way or that way?
You were in prison for like a month and a half. Where the hell do you need to go?
All my memory tells me is that it's important and that it's tomorrow.
All right. Do you know if it's that way or that way? I point towards both directions.
You get the sense it's in the town next over. So
We'll
so
need
you
to
get
go
the
to
you get the
Campbell.
feeling it's probably good if you do go with them.
So in Tamiltown.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That sounds like a fucking name from like
So-
Pokemon.
All right, boys.
Come on,
As important
Not sponsored.
as important as that is,
All right,
Trademark.
boys.
I have no use going off by myself, so I will stick with you guys.
All right, nice to meet you guys. This is
Alright.
Barry. Let's go to Tamiltown.
All right.
Who the hell is Barry? I'm glad we. Okay.
What was that?
What? Sorry, lad. We were just talking about our trip ahead on our travels
Alright.
together.
Thought I was hearing voices, man. That's
It's
weird.
really weird how I have all of our stuff, even though we were in prison for like a month and a half. Like they just kept our shit and
That's
threw
yeah.
it back out with us.
Maybe it was like a challenge. See if you can get out of the bag and then like get your stuff out of the bag.
I couldn't get out of the bag.
Well, luckily I came along then.
And I'll be grateful to you for that. When we get to town, I'll buy you a drink if they'll let me in the place.
You are my new favorite person.
The beginnings of a wonderful friendship. All right, so now that you've gathered your idea of what you want to do, all three of you set forth towards Tamiltown. You proceed again about 10 miles out, so it's not that far. I would say it probably takes you the better part of the rest of midday. So I would say about 6 or 7 p.m. or so, you arrive in Tamiltown. Now approaching the gate of this town, a couple things you notice. Actually, everyone roll a perception check for me.
I was gonna say, I'm not in yet, but I can roll.
That is a 13.
Perception.
Okay.
I'm not in yet, but I rolled 12.
19.
19. Ursus?
8.
Oh my god.
I know. Same number.
I
twice in
see
a row.
everything.
He's not here yet.
Ursus, I mean, you're not really paying attention. You're kind of just focusing on this memory. So you notice Oscar and Avilius next to you walking, and you're kind of using them as a guide to make sure you don't run into anything. That's about all you see. Avilius and Oscar.
Very perceptive fucker, is he?
Oscar and Avilius, you guys notice a couple things. So you notice some roaming patrols of guards going around the perimeter border of the town. One thing you notice, Oscar specifically, since you rolled so high, you notice the structure of the gate. It's a very large wooden gate.
That's a nice door.
I would say
Yeah,
that
it is.
the gate itself is probably about 20 or 30 feet tall, and then above the gate you see guards patrolling along, so you get the sense that there's guard posts and it's laden with a wooden built pathway that's all along, so the guards can patrol the top of the wall.
like a catwalk.
Yeah, a catwalk. So
Okay.
they get like a bird's eye view, and then you have guards patrolling around the town. You get almost a knot in your stomach because it seems that there's a lot more guard activity than usual, which is a little odd given.
Why would you tell me more than usual if I don't even know where really the hell I am?
Well, you notice just more guards
just
than
like
usual.
from, like, other
yeah,
towns.
you just from like your past, and you've seen like patrols, just history, but you just notice that there's quite a bit of guards. Now, Avilius,
Oh, no.
you notice the same thing.
Oh, wait. Before anything, I whispered to Oscar, this is one of my favorite doors.
Oh shit! I'm gonna pee myself.
All right.
You were saying?
I agree.
Now, you guys are now standing outside the gate, or about, I would say, probably 20, 30 feet.
and the gate's closed, right?
The gate is open.
Oh, the gate's open.
The gate's
okay.
open, so
Wait.
it's still prior to. You get the sense that actually, Ursus, you've seen this before since you've been to Tamiltown. You too, as well,
Is-
Avilius.
so, is
you,
this-
you notice that you remember that the town has a curfew about 10 p.m. So after that time, they close the gate. So that is why it's still open as of this time.
And
Okay.
what time is it ready now?
I don't know what time is it.
I mean, I say the better part of like a day, so what, like 7, 8 p.m.?
I would say, give or take.
Okay,
Alright.
is it a gate or a door? I need to be very specific.
It's a gate.
It's a gate.
It's a giant wooden
So
gate.
Okay.
does it go up or does it go out? Is there two parts? Is there one part? There's a lot of questions here.
So it's think of a normal gate where just swings
so
out.
like a double
Okay.
swing and door
Yep,
out.
and then
Okay.
swings back in.
Okay.
Alright.
I stick with my
I still think those are a nice pair of doors.
I stick with my previous statement. It's my
That's
favorite
his
door.
favorite doors.
Now,
I don't know about him. He's just kind of fucking here.
Yeah.
now you guys are proceeding forward. All three of you. You're grouped, huddled together. What's your marching order right now? Who's in front? Who's in the middle?
I would
who's-
probably be at least at the rear, I guess, because I don't really know where the hell I am. I don't
Yeah.
know
So you're kind of
anything
just watching
around
from
me.
the. You're watching like from
And
the background.
I'd say like, would you say you're leading?
I'd say-
leading, honestly.
I'd say I would be leading considering I found them.
So he's leading.
And you know
he's
our town
spacing.
is
He's
exactly-
spacing out,
exactly.
and I'm just kind of taking
And
up
I'm
the
on a
rear.
shroom strip,
like
man.
I'm just following him, and then like I'm trying to make sure this guy doesn't just run into like a fucking branch or a tree or something, because he's just like wandering off the path. I'm just like, no, not
Yeah.
over here.
The whole trip, I make sure Oscar is safe.
I gotcha.
But I'm not
Okay.
Not Ursus. Sorry.
Ah, shit.
Sorry. Not sorry.
So you proceed moving forward in this town, and as soon as you approach the gate, right just before you're about to enter the town, you're stopped by one of the guards who are posted, one on each side of the gate. The guard approaches you. Excuse me,
Hi there.
what is your business here?
I mean, this is kind of like where I live, right? I should be allowed in.
Make a deception check.
Is he from California or something? Like, bro, I'm from California. Like, bro, I live here.
14.
Okay. The guard, my apologies. Can't be too careful lately. Strange characters coming in and out. I
Very-
apologize.
Very strange characters
and
indeed.
You all live here, yes?
Well, yeah.
All right, to move along.
Thank you.
And he moves. Gerald's dying over there.
Sorry, Jill's dying. Yeah.
So you proceed.
yes, hello.
You proceed moving forward, and you enter the town. A couple things you notice. Again, it's a very small town.
So they let all of us in.
They let all of
the
you
only
in.
question
He rolled a decent enough perception check where the guard just believed his story.
I like
Alright.
look at the door very intently as it opens.
Okay. The gate was already open.
Oh, okay.
You guys should
I
like
still
doors.
look at the door,
Look at that opening.
like amazed, in awe at this door.
That's a great hole in the wall.
I take note of its design.
You guys haven't
No.
seen nothing yet.
And actually, all of you roll another perception check for me.
All right, hold on.
12.
No way.
16.
No way. Hold on.
So, all of you, as soon as you enter this town, I would say probably about 20 or 30 or feet so in, you notice a very odd scene. You notice a Dranasi and a tiefling arguing very heavily. We've come to know these characters, of course, in our introduction, but again, they're now in the midst of a very heated argument. And what are you guys arguing about?
Shit.
It's you two.
Heated silence.
What are you both arguing? You two are heated. It's a very heated conversation right now.
Very heated.
No, mine's longer.
I find some popcorn.
I'm looking
Make an
around for a-
investigation check.
You
Damn right.
I'm looking around for a freaking pub.
I got a 4. What do I find?
You find a rock on the ground and eat it.
I start eating the rock.
filthy blood hunters. You're messing with the natural order of nature. Shit, I was not prepared for this argument, but I am angry at you for...
Again, you're arguing, so you can interject.
Yeah,
anytime. This is an argument.
absolutely,
This is not a
please,
debate.
because you are...
It's a very heated argument.
oh, it's on.
I got money
You and
on-
your blood.
I got money on the plant, dude.
Death is natural part of life, but you use dark ties to make things happen.
You're
I
one to
don't-
talk. It's not like you're God in this world. I'm trying to. You stopped me from getting information from my kill. You made me kill him. I wanted information. You didn't let me get that.
Now, just for context, you previously had a quest together. You were just returning from this quest, and your argument is over the result of this quest. You've known each other probably for the better part of about 3 or 4 days. That's how long your quest took. You met at the Weapons Guild. In the Weapons Guild, it's a place with a quest board, and you happen to both latch onto the same quest. And you decided at that point, both enough, you respected each other's skills to go forth, but oh boy, that seems like a mistake now, because now you're in this heated argument. What's going on?
And just
I knew I should have never trusted you, despite the fact that I totally knew you were a blood hunter to begin with.
This is why I never work with anybody. This was your fault from the beginning for asking me.
While all this is going on, all three of you see this. What would you guys like to do? While you two are arguing.
I keep eating the rock.
All right, Avilius keeps eating the rock. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to gather a grasp of this argument.
Can I roll a dexterity check?
I don't
Okay.
like where this is going.
Is that 20?
Yeah. What are you attacking?
So you do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So you're doing a d20, and then if you're rolling,
Well,
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not
wait,
doing
uh,
sword. I'm doing fist.
you're gonna punch him.
So that'd be strength.
Oh, okay, yeah. So do
that.
so it's just a normal
Combat
strength check. So do a d20, and then add your strength modifier.
12.
And then what is your armor class?
Haha, 13.
Okay, so Nefzer just gets so heated. His face is very red and flustered from the situation. Lets his emotions take control. He goes and takes a right hook and just wham! Tries to go and swing at you. However, just with your reflexes, you've been in a couple fights before, so you dodge out of the way. Doesn't make contact. What do you do?
I take my half-eaten rock and throw it at one of them.
So I dodged the initial attack, and I'm like, oh, so it's come to blows then. And I also take a swing.
Okay. So again, d20 plus your strength modifier.
Oh, fuck, oh, God, -1, that's a 9.
That's a 9. What's your armor class?
14.
I was gonna say,
So
not 9.
interestingly, instead of a right hook, you go for a left hook. You charge up. You're like, oh man, it's on now. And so you go for a swing, but same result. Dodges out of the way, and now all three of you are seeing this.
Can I roll a strength check?
Sure.
Oh, see, I was going to say, this is just all in our heads. We're
Well,
just
actually,
slapping each
go
other.
ahead and tell me what you want to do. What are you wanting to do as you're witnessing this?
They're basically blocking our path,
Mhm.
and I don't care about what the fuck they're arguing about. I haven't seen a pub since I got here, and they're in my way blocking the street. I don't fucking care. I just want them out of my way. I'm going to grab both of them and pull them the hell apart and basically like try to toss them back away from each
Toss
other.
me.
Toss me. Just toss me.
Okay, yeah. In that case, yes. Go
Hey.
ahead. Go.
Don't tell the elf about this.
Okay. In that case, go up.
Not sponsored.
Go up and make a strength check first, and let me know what you get.
11.
Okay. And then when you're walking up to go perform this action, do you do anything, or are you just like?
Because they're already like, basically, face to face. They're already kind of, they're trading blows, but nothing's really happening. It's not amusing when you miss. I mean, when I see a fight, I like to see the hits.
Are you saying
But
this?
you're like,
Are you saying this? Are you saying this to them?
Yeah, are you saying this to like me? Because the three of us are walking, so.
You're eating a fucking rock. I don't care what the fuck you're doing.
I'm eating my
just
rock, but I'm
following
like,
gospel.
Yeah, he's eating a rock. He's thinking about, I don't know, some shit or other.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's walking.
As you're all just pondering
So
this,
like, I'm just trying to keep walking. I want to find like a pub. I haven't been drunk in fucking a month and a half.
as this commotion's going on, you see two guards approach. One turns to you two. The other turns to you three. Both. All right, break it up. We don't need fights here in our nice town. I'll have to ask you to cease.
Are they saying that to us too?
Yes, please. If you don't mind, if you're gonna argue, do it somewhere where it's not in the middle of the street, interrupting the peace.
All right, I throw my rock aside and I apologize.
I
mean,
don't
what
know.
do you say?
I was like, "Okay, sorry, guard. We were just on our way. We just got back into town. We saw these two dudes. We were just gonna take them."
I don't care what you have to say. All of you, I don't want to see you in this area together.
Sweet. All
If you
right.
need somewhere to go, about a mile up the street, there's an inn. If you must, go there. Otherwise, get out of the street.
God, is that in a tavern? Do they sell alcohol there?
He looks at you quizzically. Of course.
All right. I turn.
It's an inn.
I turn
That's
them
all I wanted to know.
before
Thank
anything else
you.
happens.
You're welcome.
I want to turn them both around and just like pull them with me and just start walking that way.
Wait, who?
Like the Oscar and Ursus.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
It's like, all right, boys, let's
Now,
go.
now that all this has occurred, you two have kind of flustered down a bit. You
Yeah,
guys
I'm
are,
like, you know,
yeah,
it's like,
just like all this commotion, and then you see how they roped you guys in with the other three. And I mean, do you say anything to them or?
I do want to say that I actually had my hand hovered over my hand crossbow the entire time after that.
Okay, that's fine. Now, I mean, now that you two are back together, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, as the three of us are just like, walking
as
away.
they've now, because you've acknowledged all three of their presence. And you
Hello.
two, so
Don't say hi. Keep walking.
Nefzer and Farbaros
Shut
have
up,
noticed
Rokita.
those three and how the guards roped you guys in together. I mean, do you say anything? Do you do anything? Or?
You're not worth it, Blood Hunter. I'm done. I'm done with this.
I never wanted to work with you in the first place. I don't think this will ever work out. Nature is meant to be suffering. There's no need for it.
Are we hearing this as we're walking away?
Are you two sissies still arguing?
Oh, for fuck's sake, just keep walking.
For the love of God, just shut your mouth until I get a fucking drink.
All right, you're my.
Can the stupid half pint stop talking for a moment?
All right, you're now my second favorite person.
I'm not going to take action against you, Blood Hunter, but the spirit of nature herself will, in due time.
I keep walking.
And I will leave it at that.
Okay.
And
So
I turn and walk away.
You three are going to the end. Where would you like to go?
I'd definitely say I would take a moment to,
Kind of
Probably-
gather your thoughts. And...
yeah, most likely find the most centered point of the town to find like where nature is like
Okay.
kind of like doing its own thing. It's just the most like down to earth essentially.
Okay,
No
make,
pun intended.
Make a perception
So
check.
basically like
fuck.
Central Park kind of thing.
Yeah, like if there's a park or a garden or that is public or something, that is definitely not good. That's a 3.
It takes the better part. So as they're walking away, you start walking in another direction. It takes you about an hour, I would say.
This town's only 15
I'm
minutes
so
from
frustrated. I'm just so frustrated. I can't even think. I'm just
It
just
takes you better part of
pacing.
an hour, but since you've been to this town before, you know of a spot, but it's pretty dark out, so you're having trouble gathering your bearings. So you proceed to a small shrine. Actually, it's a shrine of Sylvanas. Sylvanas is the druidic lord of the sun. You've actually built this shrine,
Yes, I know about that.
and it is laden with new plants that you've gathered from the surrounding area. Now, there's a spot next to the grove where you've gone previously to retreat for many evenings before. What would you like to do? You found it, but again, it's better part of an hour for you to find since it was so dark.
Well, definitely just take a moment, sit down, meditate, and just essentially disconnect from what's going on around me and get back basically as close as I just like calm down, let the blood pressure go down, and just sort of kind of listen for the voice of Sylvanas. Not necessarily speaking, just waiting to hear something.
Okay. Nefzer, what are you doing?
I'll go back to the tavern.
Okay. So these three have already gone ahead, but you trail behind them.
He's following us.
So the four of you now head towards the tavern. It takes you, with the guard's direction, it takes you about 10 or so minutes, proceeding moving forward. And then again, the druid or the genasi that you saw beforehand, you have no idea where they went.
And I do not care.
Now what happens? All four of you enter the tavern at the same time. You both arrive. It's pretty busy, actually, for the evening. The evening's kind of just lightening up. So there's, I'd say, probably about 5 or 7 people in there. And you notice more and more people coming in. Do you all four just go inside?
Is it a Friday? Is that why it's busy?
You get the sense it's the middle of the week.
Oh, okay.
Just
that's
based
weird.
on
Sylvanas
based on the lunar cycles.
We were
and-
changing in the forest. It was nude day. There you go, Paul. Are you happy?
Okay. Well, regardless of what day it is or what time it is, I walk in.
Okay, all four of you walk in.
I walk in, go find. I get a pint, find the darkest corner, and just start sharpening my weapons.
4 of you make a perception check.
That was a 14 serve you.
14. Okay.
Technically 21.
Okay.
Technically, it was a 17 natural.
So
I got 19.
Nice. Okay. So as you guys walk in, you see it's a pretty big inn, honestly. Even though there's about 5 or 7 people, but you notice that are currently sitting at tables. You notice more and more people coming in. The tables are about evenly spaced out. I would say probably about 5 or so feet apart. So you get the sense it's pretty crammed in there if it's a full house. But since it's just the better part of the beginning of the evening, you get the sense that you kind of got there just in time. Just in time.
There's the joke. Time to end the campaign.
Had to do it once.
Wow.
Since I got in behind them, I just shoved past Oscar since he was in the way and just go to my area.
Okay.
Sorry,
So,
you
and you had mentioned
Finding a
that
dark
you
orange.
want to buy a pint too.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you approach the bar, you see the barkeeper behind the counter. You see it's a halfling, about middle aged. This halfling, it's a halfling woman.
Back here?
A halfling woman with auburn hair, and as you approach, she's just cleaning out a few mugs. You notice she's kind of a little flustered, probably because she's preparing herself for the night as it comes along. She notices your presence come up, and what can I get you?
Do you have any infernal drink here?
I'm sorry, we don't. I can get you ale. That's what I have.
I'll take that.
Okay. It'll be 3 copper.
3 copper.
Okay. And what do you do? Do you go sit at one of the tables, or?
I find the most secluded area and, like I said, start sharpening.
Okay.
my
So you
weapons.
just you go to the farthest corner of the room on the left hand side, and you just sit. What are you 3 doing?
I go to the end of the bar, like find the end seat, and I try to find the tastiest drink.
Okay. As you sit
Back
down,
to that.
so you go sit at the bar. What are you 2 doing?
I found the bottle before we walked in.
Okay, so you also go. You walk up with Avilius to the bar.
Oh, I was already there.
Okay. Well, let's just say that both of you walked. But what are you doing, Ursus? Do you follow them?
I'll follow.
Okay.
I'll follow.
All right.
Arius.
So all 3 of you approach the bar. You both notice Nefzer just goes to the corner.
Oh, look at that.
As
dude.
of this point,
Strange one, ain't he?
remember you don't
little
know
bit,
his
yeah.
you don't know his name yet. I'm just using that for context. Now after Nefzer leaves, the 3 of you approach to the counter, and she sees you. Adventurers, what can I get you?
I wouldn't call it adventures, but
I mean, we have ventured from the road down yonder, but I mean, that's about
Well, you
it.
look pretty beat to me. Looks like you could use a drink.
Yeah.
yeah.
How is the wrong word? What? Yeah, what is the tastiest drink that you have?
I'd say our ale's pretty good. I could get you that.
Is that the tastiest drink you have?
You're gonna have.
I'll
to
take
find
it.
out. All right.
You just throw all your gold on it. It's like,
She
something else.
takes the keg from underneath, pours you an ale. That'll be 3 copper, unless you want to open a tab.
Can I get 2, please?
Yes. It'll be
Sweet.
6 copper, unless you want to open a tab.
All right, I put down 6 copper.
Okay. Let's just say for right now, since that's
10 gold pieces is normally
oh
like the average.
hell no.
That's way too much.
You start. I would say about 5 gold apiece.
Okay.
Let's go there.
5
How much
gold? I'm
So
basically fucking rich.
there's 10.
Yeah.
You 2 specifically. You both have 1 gold piece to your name. Remember, you just got out of prison.
Oh, you poor bastards.
Why did they take the fucking gold and leave it in the bag to begin with? Was it like loose in a pocket or something? They didn't
when you were
check?
searching through the bag, it was loose change, basically. It was just something they didn't
just
see.
a gold of loose
Are we
change
sure that
everywhere.
wasn't intentional, though?
I have a gold.
Avilius orders his 2 drinks, slaps down to 6 copper. What about
Lass,
you 2? You know?
lass, I don't care what you get me, lass. Grab me whatever drink has the highest alcohol you have,
Ah.
and give me 2.
I see. Okay. She goes from under the counter. Instead of pouring you an ale or just lager of any type, she pulls out a very long bottle and uncorks it and takes out 2 shot glasses, pours the liquid in, and it's a very dark bluish liquid.
I stare it down. I think that looks so
She-
good.
She pours 2 glasses. Now, be very careful with this. You're dwarfs, I know you can stomach my very high alcohol content, but be careful. This is for the stronger dwarfs, and I get the sense. She winks at you.
My eyes are glued to the drink.
Ursus, what about you?
The peculiar color of it makes them very curious.
Okay.
Oh,
What can I get you? She looks at you now.
I'll have what he's having.
Okay. How many would you want?
Shut.
One, please.
Okay. Pours you one. All right. So
I've
you
got,
guys.
I've got my 2 blue drinks here. I'm
Okay.
like, lass, I've been doing this my whole life, lass. I'll tell you how it is when I'm done.
Oh, I hope you do.
Grab both the shots.
Okay. And for you, it's on the house. That'll be 1 silver for you.
Okay.
Hands her silver. Thank you. Now I must get back to it.
God, I'm a classy fuck.
So all 3 of you, grab your drinks, retreat. Where do you in the position of the room? Where would you guys like to sit?
I mean, I'm still at the bar, like right up front, wherever the closest seat open to the bartender was.
There's a table maybe about 5 feet away.
And whatever's closest to the bartender, that means she gets to me first. I don't care.
Okay, so you go sit at the table that's closest to the bar.
Okay, fine.
All
There's
3
no
of you go
fucking
sit that-
bar stool or something.
Okay.
I'll be at the fucking table.
So all 3 of you
Like a big boy.
sit down.
I need my booster chair though. I'm a fucking dwarf.
I'll build
You
you one, don't
all
worry.
proceed to start drinking. You all proceed to start drinking for the evening. Conversation.
Wait,
So
hold
what-
on, wait. Who else at the same
So
table?
all
I mean,
all 3 of you are at the same table right
so
now.
just
Okay,
us
the 3 of
three.
us.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
remember,
He's in the darkest
and remember,
corner.
you all 3 noticed him go into the far corner, and you just see him sharpening his blade.
Can I roll to see how good my ale is?
It's okay.
Bruh.
It's okay.
It's okay.
And obviously,
It's
Gerald's-
it's maybe a little better than maybe what you've had probably in a month, but it's nothing special.
Okay.
Okay, and Gerald's obviously still in his Garden
Mm-hmm.
of Eden over there.
Garden of Eden.
He's zenning out
Yeah.
to wherever the hell
Now,
he is.
as you 3 go sit down at the table and you start to converse the recent actions away, necessary you're sharpening your blade. Farbaros,
Well,
so you're sitting and meditating at this shrine. Let's say for the better part of 30 minutes until you're approached by a guard.
I am ninja.
Excuse me, sir.
yes. yes.
I must inform you, there's a curfew. It's
No.
almost time, about 15 minutes away. I must ask you return to your residence, or if you're staying at the inn, please return there.
All right. That's
I shall escort you.
okay. If you insist, I will follow along.
Thank you for
Alright.
your cooperation. The guard walks you to the inn.
Of course.
So you're about to walk in, and as of this point, we're going to take a break.